Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have the ULQUIORRA, and a lot of people have been quite iffy on him, and I think there's a few reasons why. Why did it go down here? And the main reason, from what we can tell, is apparently his SA2 is just basically not doing damage. The people that usually do leaks, like Heekin and a bunch of other, or a few other data miners, I believe, looked at it, and they have an entire little Reddit thread going over what is happening. So apparently his SA2 is supposed to be similar to White, where it has like two magnification beams essentially. So it goes up from a 60 and another 60 to 120%. So it has like two attacks basically. And from what it can read, it basically doesn't do that. So TLDR, ULQUIORRA's SA2 is currently inflicting only half of the damage it should be doing. His SA2 is not working correctly, and Kayla needs to fix it. Now I really hope that they actually compensate and not just get 5 orbs and just slap the fix. It's kind of ridiculous that happened. Like, how do you mess that up? Now, if this is intentional, I feel like that should be an even bigger compensation, because it kind of looks like they if it's, I don't know, it just, that is not what I meant to click. It just seems a bit scummy to make it look like the SA2, such as like Yatru. It looked like Yatru's, that's what I first described it as, but apparently it's like White's SA2 lunge. And if you don't know, the SA2 for White's lunge is an SA1, and it hits 3 times, and then the SA2, or the phase 2, because it's like a double lunge kinda, hits 9 hits. So I guess that's why it feels so different, because for ULQUIORRA's, his first phase does 0, and then it does 12. So I assume it's just way harder to proc the SP boost or something. Very weird that it literally cuts out half the damage, because he did an entire damage test down here. Tests were done in epic grades and compared against a damage calculator. The tests were done under the following circumstances: no links, no accessories, no transcendence, no crits, no ailments, no SP boost, and fixed damage. So White can only do a certain amount of damage. As you can see right here, he goes into the epic raid, he breaks the shield with his melee, and then he actually does his SA2 right here. It does like a certain amount of damage. Right here, he says damage done. It was approximately 18,000 damage with White's SA2 with basically no buffs. The total damage done by White's SA2 in game was 18,000. This is reflected by the damage calculator, which calculated 9,007 damage per phase for a total of 18,014. While White's SA2 total mags are 120%. And then if you get to ULQUIORRA, his first phase is 0, second phase is 12, and let's just see how it goes. So he's going to break the shield, and he's going to pop his SA2. I have no idea where he's even seeing the numbers, I'm not going to lie. But apparently he only did 6,000 damage, so literally a third of what White was able to do. The total damage done by ULQUIORRA's SA2 in game was 6,312. The calculator showed 6,312 per phase for a total of 12,624. ULQUIORRA's SA2 total mags are 120%. So basically, it's false advertising. Essentially, that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. It would be false advertising. So what does it mean? White total in-game damage 18,005. Calculator damage 9,007. Damage per phase for a total damage of 18,014 rounded down. Total mags 120%. Damage checks out. Total in-game damage is 6,312. Damage calculator for ULQ is 6,312. Damage per phase for a total damage of 12,624. Total mags is 120, so it does not add up. The discrepancy, so 12,624 divided by 2 is 6,312. Therefore, only a single phase, 6% mag ULQUIORRA's SA2 is inflicting damage. Both phases, 120% mag total, should be inflicting damage. In theory, ULQ's SA2 is currently inflicting only half the damage it should be doing. His SA2 is not working properly, and Caleb needs to fix it. So, yeah, basically, he's just doing way less damage, and I do think they need to fix it and compensate. In my opinion. Because people summon think he's gonna be really good, and if they don't fix it, well, then you should have to refund every single orb that someone summoned with, you know? Especially if before this thing even dropped, if people summon after this Reddit thread and it started circulating around, that's on them. I don't think, you know, you should do that. I don't think you should. But I'm just saying, I feel like the people who summoned super early tested them out and were just like, what is happening? Because I have an entire little video of me being like, where is Ulq's damage? Like, I was just so confused. It just didn't feel that great. Another thing, by the way, very, very, very cheeky. My buddy Scar told me that people are thinking that they increased the defense in the Nightmare GQ, by the way, to 4,500. The last one that apparently we ran was 2,000 defense, so that's an insane difference in terms of how much damage you were doing. I have no idea. Like, this is the team I tried to run. Ulq is basically as maxed out as I can, and I only got to the 5th boss, I believe. Either I got to the 5th boss or I almost killed the 4th boss. Either way, not a very impressive scoring for one of the better characters that they've tried to release recently, you know? I just don't know why they would want Ulq to, like, not look impressive. You would think they would want him to be, like, absolutely insane. I don't know. Granted, he doesn't have as good as, like, sides. Like, literally, Raruka is the only NAD character that can actually do damage. Kind of unfortunate. Like, there's no other one. Aizen is just here for barrier because of how slow his SA3 charges. So I wanted to have a barrier, and he does some damage because he's ranged. So that was my whole thought process on it. But yeah, so let me know down below. What would you like? Like, I think they just need to fix the SA2, give out the orbs that people are going to miss from GQ, because I absolutely doubt they are going to get this fixed before GQ is done, the range Quincy week, and then just refund, I don't know, a certain amount, like let's say like 30% orbs. I think that's fine. Like, you still got the character, you still, you know, he still works as long as they don't actually keep him this way. If they keep him this way, 100% refund. That is garbage. That should not be a thing. But if they do fix him, I think a pretty solid orb comp and how much you summoned would be a fine thing to do, in my opinion. But yeah, so thank you to Heekan for data and ER testing. Special thanks to Red Azrael for thread coherency and damage calculation checking, and that is part of the damage calculator she will release for the community soon. Thanks to the community that brought that issue up. Yeah, so, and hopefully this doesn't happen. Jokes on us, this time would only be for the people who didn't playtest it, because if we had, we already noticed it and we shouldn't have pulled more. They just need to give it to everyone. They just need to give it to everyone that's summoned. I don't understand the whole damage testing thing. Like, you never would have noticed outside of GQ because he does good enough damage anywhere else in the game. But yeah, they had Shiruji, by the way, brought this to my attention, and he had a whole little thing to copy and paste down below into the Discord, which I will actually end up doing if you go to the BBS Discord, which let me actually find it. And then he said to go to, if you go all the way to the bottom, I want to say it was other feedback. I'm just going to scroll to all the way to the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to copy exactly what Saruji says right here. Okay, it's just... Let's go. Upvote that. Why are there down votes, bro? Whoever's downvoting is an actual loser. But yeah, just drop that in chat. Hello, after multiple tests by the community, it looks like the second starting attack of the future study ULQUIORRA is not currently is not working correctly. Please look into it. Thank you. Be nice. Don't be super. Okay, so that's just the bot. That's one of them. But don't be super negative. Like, you don't need to be negative towards the devs. Okay, just be like, hey, there's a bug. Can you guys fix it? You know, maybe a compensation. Very cool. But this does not feel like bro. Like, come on, it's RNG. It is RNG. Dear God. But yeah, either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what you guys think. Hopefully they fix it. I'll drop a video if they do. Take care. Peace out.